All right, I'm back with a brief update. Not a ton of information, but maybe some hope for this coronavirus and GED stuff. Kind of update. So, what's new? Well, if you go to the GED website, this is their new official letter that they post. And the key phrase here is this: at any at this time, many of the GED test centers in the U.S. are closed, which is an acknowledgement that yes, most of these things are closed. This was published April 1st, almost 2 weeks ago, which in COVID time is like 40 million years. So you'd expect things to change, but it hasn't really changed since then. Most testing centers are closed. Um, However, some of them are not. And we'll get to that in a little bit. If you're lucky, if you are favored by fortune in terms of where you live, there might be a testing center that's open and it's worth checking. But yeah, most of them are closed. I looked at the testing centers nearest me, and by nearest, I mean within 120 miles, and there's 30 of them, and 27 of them are closed, but three were still open. So if I were willing to drive far away, or if I was lucky enough to have one close by, then I could still test. All right, so how do you find out if yours is one of the open ones? Well, you just have to sign up for a test like you normally would. You click on schedule test, go through all the stuff. There's an extra COVID-19 warning there that you have to click through. And pick your language and pick your test, and then you'll get sort of a bunch of choices based on where you live of the testing centers. And I just clicked the first three to see. And if you look, the first two, if you look in the calendar on the right side here, there's nothing. There's no dates available. If I click on the third one, though, there are dates available, and I can select a time to test. There's actually quite a few if I go in the afternoon. So this is kind of hitting the lottery, getting lucky in terms of finding a place near my house. The better option for most people, if you don't live in a big city or there's just nothing near you, could you ever take this test on your home computer? And the answer is maybe. This has never happened before. You've never been able to take a GED test on your own computer before. But what you have to understand is that Pearson VUE, the company that runs GED, they're losing a ton of money right now because no one's taking the GED, just like a lot of other companies. So they're going to try to do whatever they can to make it possible for you to test from home. And now I've heard this from two different sources. One is my boss, the director of the GED program here in Denver. And she was talking to some GED folks and said, what she had heard is that they're working on a solution where you can test at home. The other thing was this post I saw in this Facebook GED group that I'm a part of, and you should be a part of it too if you're interested. It's a bunch of people trying to like motivate each other and ask questions and get questions answered. It's really pretty helpful actually, and there's like 9,000 or 10,000 people in it. But anyway, I saw this post from this woman, Kate Butchergrass Redmond, and she is a GED teacher from Arizona. And she started her own YouTube channel and has her own this crash course math program that she developed. She's like totally bona fide and legit. And this post said that mid-May, apparently, they might be rolling out this test at home option. They would spy on you through a webcam and probably watch your screen, and it might cost more. But these are some glimmers of hope that you might not be locked out of GED testing forever. However, in the meantime, if you can't test or your GED classes have been canceled, what do you do? The answer is you can still study. And especially because the light at the end of the tunnel is like starting to become clearer, it might be more worth it, more motivating to keep going. And there's some resources of the GED. This is from the GED website. This is from a teacher, like an educator part of the site. So this isn't useful all across the board, like this Quizlet teacher thing. That's not going to help you unless a teacher has, or someone else has created quizzes for you to take. But there's some stuff in here that's good, like this Math Antics videos. Those are pretty excellent. This is Light and Salt Learning. That's the YouTube channel that Kate Redmond put together and her crash course. There's some good stuff in here. So I'll have a link to this resource page in the description below if you want to keep studying and keep working. This question has not changed since the last video I made a couple weeks ago, aka 40 million years ago in COVID time. Nobody knows when things are going to return to normal, but at least it seems like they're carving out a solution within this new abnormal time. And the answer to this is still, you should wash your hands. All right. Hope this was helpful. Good luck to everyone.